Hi, everyone, and thank you for joining us as we celebrate Northeast Ohio's small business with Sarah Waters, owner of Boondock Boarding and Rescue, and of course, Sassafras. My name is Laura Kleinman, and I'm president of the board of HFLA of Northeast Ohio. And this month, we're highlighting some of our community partners that help support businesses in Northeast Ohio. Sarah received an interest-free loan from HFLA that was made possible through grant funding from the Community Foundation of Lorain County. And we're so thankful, truly, for this partnership because it works to make entrepreneurial dreams like Sarah's come true. So Sarah, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
So I was that typical girl who brought home way more pets than she was supposed to, and her mom always said yes, so I got to keep them all. And I had that passion for animals, and I was always working in dog kennels or vet clinics or doing whatever I could. And now I ended up with this little thing, and everybody always wants to work for themselves. So that's kind of how we ended up where we are, and still growing.
Yeah. And so that's, well, in some ways but you decided at a certain point that you were going to open a business, like a real business doing this and not just a hobby. So how did that come about?
I was a student at LCC and I was going for business management, and I was working 3 part-time jobs in the dog kennels and the vet offices and all that good stuff. And I ended up meeting my husband that's current and talking to Lorain County Community College, and we bought a property, and that property had a dog kennel. And I did the dog kennel as one of my marketing projects. And then I started talking to the SBDC at Lorain County, and they put me in touch with HFLA. And it kind of flowed from there. Everything went smooth and simple. And the planning was the hard part. But once we got a plan, everything went smooth, and we bought the property, and now we have a dog kennel.
Tell us more about the dog kennel and where your animals come from and how many you have, and so people can get a better picture of what you're doing out there.
Well, we have more rescues than we do boarders, but we offer daycare, boarding, and grooming. So I do grooming at night, and my husband stays home and does the boarding and daycare during the day. We also do rescues. So we've had a 14-year-old Shepherd Husky who was neglected and left at her home. So we went and got her. She's now rehomed and doing really well. We have a puppy mill rescue. Her name is Button. She was a puppy mill dog, and the APL was going to euthanize her because nobody wanted her because she was so scared. And we ended up getting her, and she's forever home with us now. We don't trust her with anybody because she's very nice and sweet, but she's scared of the world. So she stays with us. And this little lady kind of ended up in our arms, and, you can tell she's having lots of fun gnawing on my fingers here. So I also have a 10-year-old Husky. That's my girl. She's mine. So every stay, every board, every groom, everything helps take care of the rescues and rehome them. We try not to do adoption fees so we can just get them homed. But like I said, we've only rehomed about 3 or 4 because we've kept the rest. We've had Newfies, we've had St. Bernards, Australian Shepherds. We've had a whole mix. So we've had a pit bull. Potato, the last video that we did, we had him. So we get a whole bunch.
Well, yeah, and it sounds like amazing work that you absolutely love. But we all know that being a business owner isn't always fun and games. I mean, there's a lot of work there. Can you tell us about some of your biggest obstacles and how you've overcome them, or how you may still be working to overcome them?
Well, we're still kind of working on it. A lot of the problem is time. Owning your own business, it's expensive because, how do you do it? How do you start? How do you get the building? How do you get the startup costs? How do you get the things that you need? We needed kennels and crates and flooring done in the build. Luckily, we had the building, but it was just a building. There was nothing there. So HFLA came along and gave us the loan, and then they gave us another loan for COVID relief, and that helped us fix some things that happened during the winter. So luckily, COVID gave us that time to kind of regroup and say, okay, what can we do to make this better? But I work a full-time job as well because the kennel's doing good, but we are still a small business, and we're still kind of out in the middle of nowhere. So not too many people know about us. So we're still growing. And then COVID came, and we're like, okay, how can we help people? What do people need? And what can we do to fix that and help that? So we started doing at-home grooms. It was kind of like mobile grooming, but I was grooming in people's garages. And then I was doing training videos online, and I was doing puppy 101 classes. Miss Sassafras helped out with that, even though she's about to pass out right now. But definitely juggling the time. And, when financial hardships come, you have to try to have a backup plan. And, we have family, and, I rescued a 3-year-old horse a couple months ago, so he's fun. There's just never enough time in a day, but it keeps things busy and fun, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's obvious that you have to continue to be entrepreneurial, and you have to find new opportunities when things get challenging. And so that's probably a lesson you knew, but one that you've now imparted, to our audience, and when you're learning. Any other lessons that you would want to share that you've learned in your kind of travels now as a business owner?
Things are going to get tough, and things are going to get scary and hard, but you have to talk about it, and you have to just stay positive. And if you want it bad enough, it'll happen. It takes a minute to do it. I was in school full time. I was working 3 jobs, and I was just kind of a mess, and now things are falling into place, and it's fun. But there's never a day where I can sit back and say, oh yes, I have nothing to do today. You just gotta keep at it. Don't give up, because it gets tough, and there's always going to be a curveball, but you just bring out that bat and you try to hit it as hard as you can.
Who do you rely upon for support, Sarah, when things do get tough and you need some moral support?
Cute puppies. No, no, I have my family, and I have my husband, and they get an earful quite a bit. There's crying, and there's days where you're upset and days where you're exhausted, but family comes into play, and they help you a lot. And puppy kisses help, but she's got her days too.
Sure. And so, Sarah, where do you see yourself in 5 to 10 years? Yourself, your business? What does the future look like?
I mean, I think we're probably going to have about 10 of our own dogs at this rate. We're going to have lots of puppies, but I would love to maybe do more of the mobile grooming, try to kind of maybe get into that more, especially with COVID kind of lessening. But people still need that. People still need those grooms. So I would like to maybe make the kennel a little bigger, to where we can keep expanding and do things more for people outside of the kennel themselves. Maybe I can go to people's homes and dog sit that way, and continue the grooming, and maybe start some more training. I don't know. The options are kind of open.
Well, good. And you seem very open to having them be open, which is, I think, a good attitude to have. We're about to close, just a couple minutes left. Please tell our audience how they find you, number, social media, give a shout out for yourself.
Well, you can always give us a call or a text. My cell phone is our business number. That's 440-213-6454. We're on Google. You could always Google us and hit up the website, and you can email us that way. Facebook is Sarah Waters Boondock Boarding. You can always check us out and send us a message there. We always try to get back at people, or you can just pop on by and say hi. We offer free use of the doggy daycare center, so people can get some sunshine and they can play in the pond and have some fun. We try to be here for everybody, and we live on the property, so we're almost always here. So, or contact HFLA, or even, SBDC. Everybody knows me because I've always got a puppy. So,
Sarah, are you out in Lorain? Where are you specifically?
So we are in Lorain County, but it's technically New London, Ohio, but we're 5 minutes from the Lorain County Fairgrounds, and we're on the famous Gore Orphanage Road. So that always spooky story in there.
All right, terrific. Well, we want to thank you so much for joining us, Sarah, and thank you, everyone, for joining us today as we continue to celebrate Northeast Ohio small businesses. Again, Sarah's business, Boondock Boarding and Rescue, was made possible through collaborative efforts from HFLA of Northeast Ohio and the Community Foundation of Lorain County. Together, we support Northeast Ohio small businesses. Take care.
Hey guys, thank you.